Uh, Today is March the 24th, 2026. And I'm gonna make this whole video of just me walking my dog. And I'm not showing anything, so if you just want to listen in without worrying about looking at something I might be showing on my face, it's a good video for you. I just need somebody to talk to, and I literally just don't have that in my life right now. And so it came to me that I guess I just need to build me a community. And in that community, I'm sure I'm subject to find some great candidates for family. Because just because you're born into a relationship with folks, that don't make you family. And so not only am I familyless, I'm friendless. So I just needed somebody to talk to. The first thing that I want to talk about, and I hope I don't go off into these different tangents because I'm not good at staying on track, but is my undercurrent issue with the community, the LBGT, the alphabet community. Now, at once upon a time, I don't feel like I was homophobic, but I definitely felt like, that community was wrong for doing what they was doing. But I also was into Christianity, which was definitely, skewing my view at the situation, because I also had family members and friends that were gay that I didn't have an issue with. However, I still felt some type of way about the ones I didn't have a connection or a relationship with. I didn't hate them in any way. I just thought that why was what they was doing anybody's business? That's what I was thinking. Even the whole time while I was being judgmental in my Christianity, I still was thinking, why do who they lay with in the bed, why is that a topic? I don't understand why it's a conversation that has to be had in such uncomfortable detail sometimes. And I believe sometimes it's just done personally, because I got a nephew that when he first, basically came out as gay, seemed like his goal was to make everybody feel super uncomfortable around him. And he constantly wanted to talk about sex with me by telling me what he was doing, who he was doing, and how they was doing it. And I couldn't understand why he felt like that would even be a conversation for an aunt and a nephew. And I told him, I don't have these kinds of conversations with my nieces. Let's just, put it out there right now. I'm a prude. I don't know how I became a prude. I'm not bragging about being a prude. But the bottom line is I put the P and the E in prude. I wish I was a little bit more harsh or even accepting of just sex in general. I have a problem with that. Sometimes I wonder if I should get myself hypnotized and find out if something happened to me. Come on, Sebastian. Find out if something happened to me when I was young that causes me to be like this. But I'm very uncomfortable in sexual conversations. I don't want to have them with anyone, male or female. I could talk a little bit around the subject, but to be just talking about it, And it blows my mind when I hear people online and women just be talking about, you know, slobbing on a knob and how they can get down and what, like, ooh, that, man, I'm also judging all of those people, which is one of the things that I feel like I have been working on regularly, is to stop judging people, because judging people also puts so much judgment on myself. That's the reason why I judge people, because I judge myself harshly with no grace. You know what I mean? No compassion. I do the same thing to myself. But, you know, back to, it's like I'm straddling the fence with the whole homosexual. It's a movement. You know, people don't call it that, but it is a movement. And the movement is to gay up as much as possible. You know, we want to be represented everywhere. And we want everybody to know what we like, what we don't like, who we land with, how we land with them, how good it is when we land with them. It is a movement. Homosexuality is a movement. And I also believe with that movement, the movement is so fierce and so all-encompassing that I feel like it's like a door opener to the PDF file. Like, I really believe that movement, as strong as it is and getting big as it is, so that it would help that PDF file just come in and do what it want to do. And people just accept it because the movement has made it so we really don't have no other choice but to accept it. And so it's like I'm torn between being confused about why there's a movement and being accepting of the people who are in it, because they can't see outside of what they want to see anything different. Because you should love who you want to love. You should be with who you want to be with. Sometimes I feel like maybe it affects me so much on another level too, is because I'm single. And I've been single for 18 years, so I'm looking at all the alphabet community that are men, that are tall, that are attractive, they got something going on in their life and they doing the goddamn thing, but all they want to do is be with another man. I'm resentful of that. I am resentful of that, because I feel like, why isn't it that you're offering that opportunity to a woman? Why won't you do that? Like, why is another man so attracted to you when you're a man? I just, you know, and they take so good care of each other. You know what I mean? And ain't no other way to describe it besides jealousy. I'm truly jealous. I'm truly jealous, because I'm telling you, there's no transgender that I've ever ran into that has been single. And they ain't dating nothing ugly. They ain't dating nothing broke. They ain't dating nothing that ain't got their own motherfucking shit. They got the cream of the crop. They got the cream of the crop. And as a woman looking at that who can't even get a date, I literally cannot even get a date. Oh, okay, Not even just a date. And I'm serious. I am not bullshitting when I tell you I can't even get a meet and greet. I don't think I made it off the phone with too many niggas. And I done been single since March the 6th. March the 6th of 2009. That's how long I've been without someone to say to me that I love you, I miss you, give me a hug, slap my booty, give me a kiss. I haven't had that in 18 years. That's a long time. And I know a lot of people would say, oh, you just didn't want nobody. I do want somebody. And I want somebody bad. But how can I put it? The options that are placed in my pathway are so outside of the scope of what I'm looking for. I refuse to take something just so I can say I got something. Especially when I don't want it. And it is so many people that will be in relationships with people for just that very reason. Nothing in particular. Just that I don't want to be alone. I need somebody. I got to have somebody. And I feel that same way. I got to have somebody. But I ain't had nobody. I ain't had nobody since 2000. And really, if you be technical, it was before 2009 because when I checked out of my marriage, that was in 2006. I checked out of my marriage the year my son was born. Because my partner, and I say that really to be condescending, my partner wanted to beat my ass. Wanted to, stay into it and cheat and do all the things that he had missed out on because he had been locked up for 10 years. And so he reverted right back to the age that he went in at, which was 25. And we 35 and 36. He was doing everything he possibly could to hurt me. And I tried my best to stay. But I knew it wasn't going to work because the first day that he was around anybody outside of me, which was his second day out of prison, his second day out of prison, he called me a bitch and tried to kill me, him, and his daughter in the car driving crazy. So I knew it wasn't going to work. But the love that I thought that we had, because it was all fake for him, but it was real for me. So the fake person that I fell in love with, man, it felt so good. It was amazing, just beautiful. I was beautiful like a butterfly. I mean, men would see me out, and I'm talking about men would be just like flabbergasted and say things to me like, oh my God, he must be really loved. And they didn't know my man was in jail. They just seen me and passing on the street. But would say, he really loves you. I could see it all over. I was happy as hell. But it was all a facade. It was all a facade. And so that might also create some, explanation as to why I am suffering so bad with my emotions. Because I go back and forth so easily. Baby, I'm telling you, sometimes I see two gay guys on TV, or not TV, because I don't watch no TV. Let me tell that lie. On my phone, on some app. Because for some reason, the algorithm of gay is on me. And that's all I see is the men. I don't see no women, but I see the men who look and act like women. And then they got a boyfriend who, you know, they doing the whole selfie thing with. And I mean, they looking cute as fucking pie. And in my mind, I'm like, ain't this a bitch? Why I can't get no man? Like, the fuck am I doing wrong? Which will also take us back to the whole prude thing, because I think if I was a little bit more open sexually, I probably would have a man. But it takes so much for you to get in my pants, because it gotta be intellectual. Like you gotta be teaching me something. I gotta feel like I'm learning something from you. Daily life skills. Something I can put in my toolbox and use at a later date if need be. And if you can't do that for me, my legs just don't open. They don't. I'm not turned on. And there ain't nothing I can do about that. I wish I could change that. Man, I wish I could change that. Because I know for a fact, even if I didn't have a long-term relationship, I'd had a few short ones. But I haven't even had a few short ones. When I say none, I mean literally no relationships. None. And the shit is weird. Come on, Sebastian, let's go. I don't know, I remember, because I like the Drag Queens show with RuPaul Drag Race. I literally have been watching that show since the very first season. Because if I'm not mistaken, that season came out in 2009. And that's when I broke up with my husband. I was watching that shit. Baby, I was addicted to that RuPaul Drag Race. Still watch it to today, for real, if you want to be honest. Still watch it, but I'll watch it with a side eye. Because some of the shit they be saying on there, it just be fucked up. Because, that whole situation with EJ saying that, he only dates straight men. EJ ain't the first one of them said that. That is like a gay mantra. I don't fuck with none but straight men. And I've been saying since the time I very first heard it, that's impossible. It's an impossible statement. It's actually an oxymoron. Because if you fucking with a straight man, that automatically makes him gay. That's like logistics. But they are quick to say they only mess with straight men. EJ ain't the only one. And so that's another reason why it bothers me, because probably the men they fucking with are the men who are cheating on their girlfriends and wives with men. So even though it's not happening to me, I'm somewhat of a girl's girl. And because I am a girl's girl, I'm upset that you're doing it to her. Like, real talk, if you want to be gay, be gay. But don't affect somebody else's life with your choices. That's not nice. It ain't cool, it ain't prim, it ain't proper. None of that. I don't know. I know you can't be straddling the fence, but I'm telling you, I'm half and half. I'm half for it and I'm half against it. Because there's so many things on the half that I'm against it. It's just things that don't add up for everybody. And what I've learned in this world, it should be a win-win. Not a win-lose, not a lose-win, but a win-win. And so that means everybody should win with the situation. And everybody ain't winning that way. It's just two people in the situation that's winning that way.